Well, that was unexpected. this
Dire
draft
team
speed
ban.
just came out of nowhere. Oh my goodness. They all knew what they wanted. That was actually unreal. Ban, 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 pick, 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 pick. And here we are. Wow, that was actually crazy. There was
10 seconds remaining.
a little bit of a decision that was made for the Rubik, as we saw only 3 seconds of the reserve time getting
Radiant
used there.
team
But
ban.
wow,
Radiant team.
that was unexpected. I wasn't really ready to go there. I was still relaxing, resting my voice. Welcome everyone.
Lion.
We've got
Dire team
game
pick.
4 in our best of 5. As the North American rejects, I just said in chat, after seeing game 1 and 2, I thought, you know what, I thought game 3 was probably just going to be the end of it. Then they rejects were going to take it. That was going to be it. Boreal, they said no. They said no. They said, you know what? We've been the
10
underdogs all
seconds
tournament long.
remaining.
And you know what? We were the underdog going into this series, but
5
we're going to make it
seconds
even harder
remaining.
for ourselves because we're going to go down 2 games. And now they're definitely the
Reserve
underdog
time.
by a large margin.
Radiant team pick.
But here we are. And Boreal instantly, with their first pick, picked up the Storm Spirit. So they want that again. They need to get that farm on Kokoni and see what he's going to be able to do with the Storm Spirit. As for our bans, Wisp and Shadow Fiend, Nyx and Skywrath banned out by Boreal, Gyro, Queen of Pain,
10
Lina,
seconds remaining.
and then there's that Tusk getting banned out by the NA rejects.
Dire team
Spirit
pick.
Breaker and Rubik were the picks for the NA rejects. Storm Spirit, as I already mentioned, and then Earthshaker picked up by Boreal. Clockwork is what they added on for their offlane. Lion and Magnus were added on by North American rejects. So we've already got the support duo of Rubik and Lion. Looks like the only hero Chad's allowed to play all night long is going to be Rubik. Fogged most
10
likely going to be on the
seconds
Lion.
remaining.
Spirit Breaker, probably going to be MSS in the offlane.
5
Magnus,
seconds
I'm guessing going to be mid. And then we're just waiting on the carry for the NA rejects.
Reserve
As for
time.
Boreal, they've got Clockwork in the offlane. We've seen Jeppins do some work with Clock in the past. His game earlier, not really that impressive. He struggled quite a bit on that Clock, but they're going to go with it here.
Radiant
Earthshaker, we
team
haven't
ban.
seen it on the side of Boreal. We've seen it quite a bit, but it's always been on the side of the North American rejects. PQ plays an outstanding Earthshaker, so look for big things from him on that hero. And the Phantom Lancer
10
gets picked up
seconds
by
remaining.
Boreal, so this is one of their staple heroes. It's a hero that they love to go after.
5 seconds remaining.
They did try to pick it up in the first series between
Dire
these
team
two
ban.
teams, which was just
Radiant
over 2 weeks
team
ago.
pick.
And they got completely demolished in that game. They got run over. The North American rejects aggroed into the Phantom Lancer and just really punished it. Is there the possibility of that right now? Maybe.
Dire team pick.
In fact, in that game, what they did is actually a game that's pretty similar to this when you look at the drafts. So, kind of. So, what happened is they went... they put Phantom Lancer in their defensive tri-lane, and then they had, Sand King and Zeus. So that's quite a bit different than what we're seeing here.
10
As we're probably
seconds
not going to see
remaining.
another, like a kind of greedy jungling support like a
5
Sand King.
seconds
But
remaining.
they had Clock in the off lane, and the North American rejects went aggro with
Reserve
Beastmaster,
time.
Tree, and Crystal Maiden. So Rubik, Lion, Spirit Breaker would be a little bit different, but they also had an Anti-Mage, which they left safe lane to go 1v1 against the Clockwork. So they created that mismatch where Anti-Mage clearly dominates that lane. Be interesting to see if they try to mess with something like that again. And maybe Boreal, they must have done their research on their past games against the NA rejects to know about the possibility of them doing that again. I guess it depends on what the strength of the Phantom Lancer is, though. Like, if you don't pick up a greedy jungler for sure, and you pick up a better support, like a range support that can stay in the lane and take a little bit more control of it, you might be in a pretty good position. The problem is what do you pick? I think probably the best pick here could be a Wind Ranger.
Disruptor.
But then you're a little lacking on Disable. They're going to go with the Disruptor. That's terrific against an Anti-Mage. It's pretty good against the Magnus Initiation as well. It's good against the Spirit Breaker. I like this pick. I think it weakens you quite a bit in the lanes, though. So it'll be interesting to see if that aggro situation does come out. Immediately drawing on the map is Pizza Dad. As maybe they're going to go take their own jungle. But we'll introduce... As for some reason my camera's undirected, not sure why. But we'll do this quickly as we'll introduce both teams. As we got the North American Rejects on the Radiant side. They've got MSS on the Spirit Breaker once again. Fogged going to be playing the Rubik. So Chad's sick and tired. He's switching over to the Lion instead. Ush is going to be playing the Anti-Mage, and Korok's going to be on the Magnus. As for Boreal, we've got PQ on that Earthshaker, as I said he most likely was going to be. Jeppins on the Clockwork. Kikoni on the Storm Spirit. KVH on the Phantom Lancer. And Pizza Dad's going to be on the Disruptor. Starting items,
30 seconds to
nothing
battle.
too unusual. Boots first on the Spirit Breaker. And Rubik and Earthshaker. Besides that, nothing else really standing out in terms of starting items. But looks like we won't see an aggro lane coming out from the North American Rejects here. They're just going to leave their Spirit Breaker up there and instead get secure a little bit more farm for their Anti-Mage in the bottom
The
lane.
battle begins.
Stupendous.
Which my matriarch will
And
prize.
Korok looks like he's going to be making his way to the mid lane on the Magnus, where he'll be going up against the Storm Spirit. That bottom tri-lane of Anti-Mage, Lion, and Rubik will be going up against the Clockwork. This time Jeppin's getting a little bit of a better block and also using the cogs to trap those creeps, which will definitely bring the creep wave back to him and allow him to get a lot more of the XP of those initial waves. Top lane, it's going to be that off-lane Spirit Breaker going up against the Earthshaker, the Phantom Lancer, and the Disruptor. The downside to having an Earthshaker up against the Spirit Breaker is, well, he can always just charge away to one of the other lanes and go directly over top of the fissure, so you don't really block him out. Mid lane, the Mag's probably going to be able to get a decent start towards his Blink Dagger, but we will most likely see Kikoni get off to a good start, which we saw is very important for him on Storm. But you know, Storm Spirit, one of those heroes that's very susceptible to ganks early on, so that could always be something that Boreal may have to look out for. They certainly have the heroes necessary, or heroes that at least have the potential to roam around. Hello and goodbye to Dota 2 Canada Cup in the chat. Once again, guys, go check out that channel on Twitch. That's the official channel for the tournament. As I've been plugging you guys all tournament long that I've been casting. So hello. Let's try to hop back into this, as we have MSS heading back up here into the top lane. But we've got a lot of supports moving around right now, kind of hanging around in the mid lane. I think both teams sensing that there's going to be some kind of action going on here. PQ made his way to the mid lane because he knew that Fogg was making this rotation, but he's since moved away. He's moved back up to the top lane. And now Fogg just stayed here. Are they going to be able to get a lift here off onto the Storm Spirit? As Kekoni goes back to the courier and then walks right back into lift range for Fog to get skewered back. Will we see our first blood here? I don't think they have enough damage to bring him down. Charge is going to be coming in. Never mind. He was interrupted. MSS tried to charge, but he got fissured.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Pizza Dad will get the first blood up in the top lane for Boreal. And unfortunately, maybe a little bit of a missed opportunity there trying to kill Storm Spirit in the mid. But first blood does go the way of Boreal once again. I question a little bit of PQ's rotation moving away from mid there, but it worked. It worked. Kekoni also, he was backing to meet up with the courier, and then he actually walked right back into lift range on the Rubik. I don't think he necessarily maybe immediately registered the threat that those two heroes could cause with the throwback and then the skewer. But either way, he made it out of there alive. There's now PQ really hanging out here in the mid lane. Jeppin's now getting harassed back. He's lost all of his mana here, as Chad actually doesn't have mana drain, so that's mana that he's spent. But he's just delivered his bottle, so he'll be okay there. PQ now picking up the bottom runes, just a bounty, but more importantly, he's there to block off Chad, but somehow, how is there room? How is there room for Chad to fit through there? Either way, he does. And he's going to maybe get away here. Chad using the healing salve to heal himself back up, going into the creeps here, trying to deny himself to the neutrals, not going to be able to do so. So PQ and Jeppins combining for a kill there. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we did lose Pizza Dad to MSS in the top lane. So MSS managing to get a kill, 1v2 in this top lane. More action now in the mid lane as Korok and Fog getting a little bit of damage on Kekoni, but Pizza Dad being there to return a little bit of it. How low did Fog get? Just about half HP, so he'll be okay. He won't have to go back to the fountain. He can still hang around in the mid lane. But they were able to get this Observer Ward up. I'm not sure if Fog saw that Observer Ward get placed, but this is going to be huge for Boreal to be able to spot these movements coming out from Fog and spot where his positioning is going to be regarding the mid lane. And that really helps protect Kekoni in the mid lane, although he's going back to fountain, but I imagine he'll just TP back. He's already got his TP in the stash. Jeppin sitting at level 5.5, 6 is going to be coming out pretty soon. MSS sitting at 4.5, almost a full level behind right now. So Jeppin's winning the war of the mids, or of the offlaners. Kekoni jumping forward, Korok skewering him back and then laying down the RP, but Kekoni, he's not on the retreat. Instead, he's going after Fog, and he's going to get the kill there. MSS was charging him, but PQ there with the fissure, stunning up, making sure he cancels that charge. Now Kekoni making his way to the bottom rune, will bottle up a haste. He's got one creep in tow, he'll kill that.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And yeah, I was going to say he might pop that haste and run bottom, and indeed that's what he's going to do, bottling himself up. Not going to have too much mana to work with. Will it be enough to bring down Ush? I don't know, I don't think so. Because they don't really have full mana on Jeppins. He can use a couple of his abilities, but certainly not the whole arsenal. Now Jeppins trying to get that hook shot off, but instead he'll just back away. He did manage to force out a TP from MSS. It looks like nothing will happen. Kekoni just heads back to the mid lane. PQ, he's been doing a lot of moving around, but he's managed to get up to 1,000 gold right now. Is he going to buy his arcanes? Yep. And indeed, Kekoni's going to drop his, what is this thing called? Null Talisman. I always forget the name of it. He's going to drop his Null Talisman just to maximize the amount of mana he gets from those arcane boots. Technically, he could have dropped his magic wand as well, but either way, he got a good portion of mana there, and certainly enough to allow him to function in the mid lane, or at least until his bottle makes its way back on the courier. KVH still relatively unbothered. There's got to be another word there that I'm just not thinking of. But he's been left alone in the top lane to farm, and you know, we saw a little bit of pressure getting applied to Ush there, but it was very, very minimal. So both of them have pretty much been free farming, both sitting at even 48 CS apiece. Mid lane, we actually, it's quite surprising that Korok is sitting at as high CS as he is. He's at 47 CS. He's actually ahead of Kokoni. He's at 45. So Korok doing a terrific job on this Magnus in the mid lane. I think he did just kill a stack. So yeah, that's going to give him a little bit more CS than he got in lane, but he's done quite well for himself. Offlaners. Jeppin sitting at 17, whereas MSS has only just managed 10. CS isn't really that important. Once again, it goes back to the XP as MSS has just hit 5. He's quite a bit behind. And we got Jeppin's almost hitting 7. So it was a one lead, or a one level lead, and now it's getting to even more than that. PQ and Kokoni doing a little bit of farming in the jungle here. Look, Korok, how close is he to his Blink Dagger? Sitting at 1650 gold right now. We've got action in the top lane. KVH down to about half HP. Chad TP's on in, but immediately gets glimpsed all the way back. They got the kill onto MSS. And Fogged is left up here, and now Kokoni. Gonna jump, dive onto the tower on him, and gonna bring down Fogged. Fogged not really able to do much of anything, as Kokoni jumping around like a crazy... I don't know. Whenever I see that hero, I just think of Raiden, and it blocks... completely blocks any kind of analogy I could potentially make there. Played too much Mortal Kombat as a kid, apparently. Is he even in Mortal Kombat? Is he in the new Mortal Kombat? I don't even know. I know that Jason got added to that. I'm not much of a fighting game player anymore. Not that I was to begin with, but we got a couple big item pickets getting picked up. We got the arcane boots on the Clockwork. That's quite significant for him. Coney's sitting at 1800. He just bought. What did he buy? Okay, it is going to be the Oblivion Staff. He's going for the Orchid. That makes sense. PQ. He's up to 260 gold. He's since bought a magic stick and stuff. And there we go. There's the item picket that we were looking for. Korok just gets his Blink Dagger. It's flying in on the courier right now.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So he's going to have that. Will they be able to make use of it? Fogged getting caught out here. This is definitely not the time for Korok to jump in. And indeed, he doesn't do it. But now Jeppin still hasted. He's going to go run and go after Korok, but Korok able to blink away. Chad there with the Earth Spike to stun him up. Jeppin's re-engages. Oh, well placed cogs there. That's perfect. Fortunately, it is blocking off Kokoni a little bit, but it's still really well placed cogs, as he'll just be able to do exactly what he just did. Ball lightning away up onto the high ground. And great play there coming out from Jeppin's.
Radiant's middle
hook shot down, then stepped up, placed the cogs in really an ideal spot. And now Pizza Dad, not getting the static, or not getting the kinetic field down in time to trap the heroes in the static strike. Static storm, whatever the thing's called. Static storm, there we go.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Now KVH getting involved in the fights. Will he be able to bring down Chad here? Chad really low on HP, indeed he will. The Phantom Lance will get the kill there. Then Korok will get glimpsed all the way back, and he'll just actually TP away. He says, you know what? I don't like my positioning. I'll just TP away. You glimpsed me away from all you guys, so I'm pretty much safe to TP here. Ush trying to bring down this tier 1 tower. PQ's there with the fissure to stop him from getting the last hit, but the catapult gets it instead. Now PQ getting focused down by Ush here, and unfortunately he's trying to juke and jive through the trees, but he's charged, so Ush has vision the entire time, but this is going to cost Ush's life, as PQ's there with the fissure. KVH getting the kill, as the Anti-Mage does go down. How close is he to his Battle Fury? He's actually quite a ways away. He was pretty close to getting one of the swords, but still needs another one after that. PQ does eventually get stunned up by that charge from MSS, but still manages to survive. It seems like PK's been on no HP for the last minute. And he'll Well, he'll probably go back up, as he's going to head back to
Dire's
Fountain, and
middle
there's no
tower
real
is under
threat of
attack.
anyone being able to finish him off, unless Rubik manages to steal Flare and
Over here
snipes
now.
him before he gets back to the Fountain, but it doesn't look like that's going to
Where's the
happen, as
party?
Rubik's in the mid lane and Jeppin's down in the bottom.
And it's off.
Radiant's bottom
No actual
tower
push
is
going to be
under
coming
attack.
out here on the tower just yet. But Boreal, once again, off to a really good start in this game. 11-2 right now. We saw them
Radiant's
start
bottom
off
tower is under
start off
attack.
last game really well. They had some pretty rough patches in it, but they got the job done. Pizza Dad. Another static storm. A little questionable there. He's definitely off the mark. A missed a kill in the top lane as Kikoni and PQ have combined for another kill onto Ush. There's that value
Radiant's
of the
bottom
Orchid.
tower is under attack.
Once that gets finished up,
Radiant's bottom
that
tower
Orchid
has
will be
fallen.
even more valuable is what I was trying to say, because basically any kills that you get early on, pre-Battle Fury, obviously are going to delay the Battle Fury. And any little delay that you can do to the Battle Fury greatly reduces everything that comes after it. And what's an important timing is when the Storm gets his Orchid, which he's very close to finishing, there's a window between when he gets that and when Anti-Mage manages to pick up his Manta. Because then, of course, he can Manta out of the silence from the Orchid. So if you can create a bigger gap between those two events, then obviously that Orchid is going to be of really big importance.
Incoming.
And with 2 pickoffs on Ush already, he's quite set back when it comes to his Battle Fury. But he will purchase a Claymore now. So this needs one more sword to go, but it looks like they're going to keep putting pressure on him. And look at, this is a quite big difference here. They're actually going to have to use RP to stop this. Or they may actually even be able to get a return kill here onto KVH. And Jeppin's going to go down. Will KVH be able to escape? No, he will not, as he's going to turn around and get some good damage on Korok, but not able to get a kill before he goes down. But I was just about to point out, this is the difference between Anti-Mage and Phantom Lancer, or at least the new Phantom Lancer, that he's able to go and fight. And Kikoni jumps in from way out. I think he jumped in from somewhere around here. As he
Radiant's
just jumps
middle
in,
tower
picks
is under
off
attack.
Ush, and just
Radiant
jumps back
structures
away.
are
Just a quick
fortified.
little drive-by. So yes, they did just lose KVH to try and get that, or trying to get that kill onto
Illusion!
onto Ush. So it cost them their carry, but they ended up getting that carry, and cost them certainly more than they would have wanted. Jeppins misplaced himself there a little bit, getting trapped, and he's going to go down. MSS charging in, stunning up Pizza Dad, who laid down another static storm. But once again, not ideal. That one was a little bit just to try and keep Jeppins alive for as long as he could, but I think that was kind of a losing battle there. We'll actually switch over to the net worth. I know I'm a little late switching over rather than when I normally
Dire's
do it,
top
but
tower is under attack.
Kikoni, no surprise, out in front on the Storm Spirit, as we saw just how well he did early on, and then from that laning phase managed to go get those kills, sitting at 7-0-0 right now, 8.2k net worth. On top of that, just finished his Orchid, so now he'll look to get some pickoffs with that and look to continue snowballing. Our second highest net worth is going to be Korok on the Magnus. He's basically locked dead even with KVH on the Phantom Lancer, who has picked up a Vlad's and a Yasha, so he's not doing too bad for himself. I didn't point out, but Korok also finished his 4 staff as well. Itadai, will he be able to get the glimpse off? If he does, I'll bring it back to here or so. Not able to get the glimpse off, and as a result, they're not able to get the kill. But now Kikoni, maybe he's gone a little bit too deep. Indeed he has, as he's gone down. Now Pizza Dad trying to help out. Kind of dragged out of position by Kikoni's overextension there, and in turn he goes down as well. Just like that, Boreal throw 2 kills right back to their opponents. Courier flying out to Ush. That's going to be the completion of his Battle Fury. Now it's all about farming up that Manta. Will he be able to get it up quickly, or will they be able to find another kill onto him? And well, we didn't have to wait long for that, as PQ doing a little wraparound, put himself in a prime position there, able to open with the Echo, stunning up the Anti-Mage and then chaining him down, and KVH provided enough damage to finish him off once the Earthshaker had gone through all of his abilities. That's really surprising. They got, not only did they get a kill on the Anti-Mage, but they did it Storm Orchid. Big pickup for them. That means the Storm wasn't there. Instead, it wasn't because he was dead. It was because he was farming. So he's going to continue snowballing as well.
Zip.
Although I guess maybe it was because he was dead, and that's how he ended up going bottom. But still, he was farming during that time. A little bit of a lull here. Both teams kind of moving around, but not really finding any openings just yet. We've got a smoke here coming out from both supports on the North American rejects. Question is, will they be able to find a kill here? Doesn't look like it, but now we've got a smoke from Boreal, and they may walk right into North American reject Kikoni. The jumps there. He expected there to be a hero there, so he jumped in on it. And I don't think he realized that he had just, with that ball of lightning, just dodged an Earth Spike. Obviously, he would have seen the Earth Spike from Pizza Dad's vision.
I'm over here.
But that was maybe a little bit closer than he would have wished. But still, no kill as a result. Well, when all this kind of nothingness is keep going on, that means Ush just has more space to farm. That means he's not being pressured. He's just going around doing his thing, farming up.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I mean, that's for Protect 1, right? Like, you don't have to be moving around getting kills. If you're not getting kills, but no one's pressuring your Anti-Mage, you're still doing it right. Korok now will get initiated on by Jeppins, and the Static Storm is there to finish off Korok, but
tower is under attack.
fortunately Fogged able to get there in time, lift PQ, toss him back, so they do get a return kill, but it's Korok for support, so advantage still goes the way of Boreal. There, you might view that a little bit more even if PQ hadn't picked up his Blink Dagger and he was getting close to it, but he already picked it up, so definitely a huge advantage to Boreal there. Kikoni jumping around. They're not able to bring him down, to lock him down there. As a result, he'll just do a little bit of harassment there and then jump away. But tying up a bunch of those heroes on the side of Boreal, but that's good because it creates space for everyone else on the team. The problem is that you're still not putting pressure onto Ush. It's funny that I'm really picking apart these moments where Ush is basically been left alone when he's sitting on 4 deaths 20 minutes into the game. Like, they've done a good job of pressuring him, but there's definitely opportunities that they could do more. Korok initiating on Pizza Dad, skewering him back. Maybe we'll find a kill on the Disruptor. PQ laid down the Fissure, but there's no other real follow-up possible from Boreal. With that pick off, the North American rejects start to narrow the gap a little bit. 9-15 is the kill total. We'll actually bring up our gold graph. It's about a 5,000 gold lead for Boreal. XP is about 7,500. And we've also seen the net worth change a little bit in terms of its order. Top is going to be the Phantom Lancer, followed by the Anti-Mage, then the Storm, and the Magnus.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
more action going on as Jeppin's gonna hook shot in. He's gonna find 2 in the cogs, but one's just gonna blink on out because it was Ush. And now Fog's stealing the cogs. He'll lay them down. MSS gonna jump onto PQ with the Nether Strike, but PQ slaps the totem on the ground, stuns up both Ush and MSS. Then a little juking and jiving. He's completely lost his opponents. Meanwhile, Pizza Dad was able to get the kill onto Korok, and Ush TP's away. Not even to Fountain, just TP right up to the top lane where, well, there's no one up there, and he's just going to be able to farm. But look at this TP coming out from PQ, and Ush will just back away. That's really heads-up play. I think a lot of players would have continued to that next creep wave. They wouldn't expect that fast TP. It was a really good read there from Ush. Because PQ, if Ush showed up at that next creep wave, PQ was just going to blink Echo, and then we would have had a dead Anti-Mage. A good play by him there. But this game, it's weird. You know, we see Boreal being ahead right now, as it's still around 5K net worth. Ahead, they were ahead by quite a significant kill differential.
Looking for me?
And it feels like it's been narrowed a little bit.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
But I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know if they are actually ahead as we look forward in this game. I think they are ahead, but are they in a position that they need to be to win the game?
Dire's top tower
I think is an important question. I don't know if they're there.
Radiant's bottom tower.
The Phantom Lancer's a great hero, but
Dire's top tower
stack them up against the Anti-Mage, and I'm unsure.
Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I still feel like I need a little bit more time with the Phantom Lancer to really get a read on how he works in a situation like this, and where the peak power levels come with regards to going up against an Anti-Mage and going up against a lineup such as the North American Rejects. And I think right now, I still think I actually favor the North American Rejects thus far. But it'll be interesting because there's certainly going to be value in the Aghanim Scepter getting finished by Pizza Dad. You can see he's already past halfway, sitting on 400 gold. Just needs 1,600 more to finish it, and that's going to be a huge pickup for them. If he's able to land a Static Storm on the Anti-Mage, that's going to be absolutely gigantic for Boreal. And that'll definitely, as soon as he gets that Aghanim finish, that'll be available for the rest of the game. Look at this. Boreal doing Roche. As soon as they try to initiate, KVH just jumps up onto the high ground. And now Static Storm will stop the charge, but unfortunately Kinetic Field won't trap MSS in. And this is a really separated fight as Pizza Dad's still going at it with MSS. KVH will engage, and we will see him go down. Ush going all the way to the base to bring down Kokoni. Ush tries to TP away, but Jeppin's there with the hook shot. Then PQ jumps in, Enchanted Totem, Fissure, Echo Slam. They lock him down long enough for KVH to get there and finish off the Anti-Mage. What a glimpse. Oh, it's a Rubik glimpse. Okay. I'm not sure who the first one was on because I didn't really see like anyone came back quite a big distance, but get that Anti-Mage down. We'll have Boreal bring down Roche, which they started, which they were working on to begin with, and that's what started our last fight. But now North American Rejects we'll just have to let it go. Well, this will be an Aegis for KVH, I imagine. He's been playing pretty aggressive. Actually, Kokoni's been picking him up the whole time, and he just got there in time, so it makes sense that they'll give it to him. So let's actually bring up the item panel here so we can see exactly what everyone's got. Chad, boots, and dagger. That's all you need, man. That's all you need. Boots and dagger on the line. Bog going with the urn and the cloak, kind of the glimmer cape. Build which we've seen, I think every single game one of them's gotten it between the two of them. Korok hasn't really made much headway since we last checked in. I guess did he? I can't remember if he actually had the Ogre Club last time he checked in, but I don't think he's actually made that much gold. If he didn't have the Ogre Club, he was very, very close to getting it. But either way, he's sitting at 1,500, so he's getting close to buying his Mithril Hammer. Of course, BKB is going to be his next item pickup. MSS, he's got an Ogre Club as well. BKB is going to be coming out for him. Ush, that Manta's online. BKB is going to be the next. He's just going to need the Mithril Hammer. As for our heroes on the dire side, well, they might have to wait a minute here, as we could have an engage here. Depends if Kikoni wants to jump to find a kill. Too late for that. PQ has picked up a Staff of Wizardry, probably going to be going after a 4-staff as his next item. KVH finished his Diffusal, but has also picked up an Ultimate Orb, so probably Scotty's going to be his next item.
Here I am.
Kikoni still has that Aegis, Orchid, and an 8-charge Bloodstone. Pizza Dad getting closer and closer to finishing that Aghanim Scepter. 800 gold now away from completing it. And Jeppin's just less than 20 seconds ago finished his Guardian Greaves. So he's going to have those available to him.
There it goes.
We got action on the bottom lane. Is MSS going to get caught out? Or he'll find a kill. Not on Ush, which I believe was their primary target there. But unfortunately not able to find him. But they'll take the kill on MSS instead. It's not the worst thing in the world. Kill's a kill. A lot of heroes up here in the dire side jungle for the North American rejects. Korok gets a little bit separated from his team, and now he's going to get potentially caught out here. Glimpse going to bring him back. Kinetic Field will trap him in. KVH will find another kill. Killing spree for him. He's up to 4, 1, and 8. Kikoni jumps on the bottom lane, finds another kill on MSS, who I believe just respawned and just headed down there and immediately got picked off. Fog steals Ball Lightning as Kikoni and him are going to jump around and fight each other. Fog doing that jump all the way up here to help Ush as he was going to bring down PK. But the problem is now Fog is out of mana and Ush is running for his life from KVH. Problem is he's run right into Kikoni. He gets gripped and immediately they're able to bring him down. A nice glimpse from Pizza Dad brings Fog all the way back, drops him in a Static Storm. And no Ball Lightning for you, sir. As he's silenced and he gets brought down. We lose 4 heroes on the side of the North American rejects. The only one left alive is going to be Chad. Pings are coming out from PQ. That Chad's down here. Kikoni with the long bomb dives all the way down there, trying to bring down Chad as they're going to try to go on him instead. He does have the Aegis available to him. Guardian Greaves make sure that he stays alive.
Has fallen.
Let the fun begin.
Mid-tier 2 have gone down. It looks like Boreal's going to stick around here. They still have KVH with his illusions up. Another 20 seconds until Animage is up. The Rubik just respawned. Are they going to wait to bring down the tier 3? I think they should just back away. Nope, KVH going to re-engage. Chad going down. Kikoni helping on out there.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
This tower down at 9 HP. It will go down.
Radiant's middle
Kikoni
tower
getting the
has
last hit there.
fallen.
And now that's the moment where Boreal will look to disengage. Kikoni was TPing up to the top tower, but MSS had that charge off. And now Ush looks to re-engage, but now he gets trapped in that static storm. Will PQ look to jump in? Doesn't have Echo available to him, but they'll still be able to bring down Ush regardless. MSS goes down. Pizza Dad also went down. Fogg's able to jump away with a stolen ball lightning. We still have a battle over here as PQ is trying to chase down Korok.
Radiant's middle
Korok's got his
barracks are under
blink
attack.
back up, and oh, that was a cheeky little blink play, as there's no way PQ's going to be able to find him in there. Good play there coming out from Korok. The problem is that his team's still losing their racks in the mid lane. Melee rack's going to go down. Fogg jumps on in,
Radiant's middle barracks
throws out
has
the
fallen.
Fade Bolt. But unfortunately, it still remains that those racks have gone down. And we're going to have another re-engage from Boreal, as they're going to look to pick off, well, they're not going to look to, they did pick off both Korok and Chad. And now the range racks are going to go down.
Radiant's bottom tower
Boreal
is
moves
under
down to the
attack.
bottom lane. Start working on that tier 3, and man, is it dropping quickly. KVH also just finished his Eye of Scotty,
Radiant's
a few
bottom
moments
tower
ago.
has fallen.
So they've got that as well. MSS going to start charging in and will cancel it. PQ throws out the fissure. Melee rack's going down.
Radiant's bottom barracks has
They get the
fallen.
lift onto Kikoni, but I don't think they've got enough damage to bring him down. Maybe they do with Ush jumping in. The Mana Void almost finished him off, and now Ush going to keep blinking forward, but PQ's there to cover. Static Storm will trap him in the kinetic field. All these Sables are coming out, and they will get another kill onto Ush. Oh my goodness. That is the 8th death of the game for Ush. GG's will get called as Fogged gets picked off again. And my goodness.
Dire victory.
Game 1 and 2 were so one-sided. Not so one-sided, but I thought it was pretty clear that the North American Rejects were the better team out of the two. Game 3, I mean, it turned everything around. Boreal was... They completely dominated in Game 3. Game 4, even more so. That was impressive DotA from Boreal. And with that, they're going to bring it to a Game 5. They are actually going to bring it to a Game 5. Unreal. I just want to remind you, Boreal was like the underdogs the entire way to get here. On top of that, they were the underdogs going into this. You can only imagine what, like, bookies, I guess, would have put the odds at Boreal coming back from a 2-0 deficit in this best of 5, given that they were already they only given like a 24% chance to win this series to begin with, when it was 0-0 to start everything off. Unreal. But Boreal still looking to play upset. They've got one more game to do it in North American Rejects. They need to kind of recompile their thoughts and get morale back up and get their head back in the game, because this is very quickly falling away from them. Well, Boreal will look to do it, and we'll find out in, well, probably about 5 minutes worth of break, and then we'll jump right into it, and we'll get to see what our draft is going to look like for Game 5. What a fitting end to this tournament this is going to be. Game 5 in the Grand Finals. Awesome. Anyways, guys, I'm Niz. Hopefully you will stick around for that fifth and final game. If you don't, well, hit that follow button, and you'll also hit me up on my YouTube account where I'll be uploading the VODs. But I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back in just a minute as the game's already up. So, yeah, don't go anywhere.